So one of the things you wrote about was the Human Development Index as being one of the economic indicators. What is that?
Well, it's an indicator that was one. It's one of the most famous, and he really showed it up as an alternative to GDP. So a lot of countries nowadays use it for. You do use the income, but you are talking about education of the people, and they are usually using the number of alphabetized
Literacy.
literate,
Literacy rate?
yes, of the people. So you have like an age, a maximum age that all your country need to be need how to read.
Yeah.
So they make this indicator, and they're talking about healthy.
Health?
That usually they use the
Longevity,
no,
infant mortality.
infant immortality. That's
Right.
what I want to say. So yes.
Infant immortality? No, that would be interesting. So infant mortality, yeah, and of course
Infant
we've seen
mortality.
infant mortality worldwide has plummeted,
Yes.
which is just great. That's a huge success story.
Yes. Yes. So this is so you're not putting only income on human development, but you're putting two human discussions. That's education and that's healthy. So that's a point that I really want to pay attention, that why we need to study economy, and by indicators why we need to study statics, because that's incredible. That's how people are seeing and say, okay, things are getting work or things are not working.
Right.
When we're talking about, oh, if it's a good, it's a bad, as I said, usually it's based on indicators. So
yeah, we have to try and measure things to
yes.
try and really understand
So
them.
if we change the things, the way that we are measuring, I can say this country that are growing up their GDP, but by growing up by war, are growing up by pollution, are growing up by destroying the environmental, and growing up by alarging, like putting the distance between poor and rich strong. So it's not a good way. You are not a good
Yeah.
track. You need to put this in real discussion.
When I think about that on a worldwide level, I think about a lot of other indicators that we should add in.
Yes.
Because I worry about the future of the entire world. So I'm like, what's the health of the ocean? How much biomass, animal life is there in the ocean? How are the algae doing that produce all of our oxygen?
Yes.
And I want to see graphs on all of these things,
Yes.
because I think we're actually killing a large part of the world.
We do have one that they call footprint. They are really aggregated.
The ecological footprint.
Yes,
Right.
but it's a really nice one, and everyone can do your own footprint based on the website, and
Right.
they have a really good platform. Then if you send an email, they send you every platform in each country, in each state, and everything. So it's a really good one.
Right.
Aggregated, but
So you can actually go to a website and you can enter in your data of what your lifestyle is like, how much gasoline you use to transport yourself, and you
Yes.
can figure out what your ecological footprint is. And in some cases, they calculate how many Earths, how many worlds it would take to actually maintain the industrial lifestyle we're doing.
Yes.
And the problem is we don't have enough on the Earth to live the industrial lifestyle.
Yes.
And so some of the graphs I want to see, the economic indicators I want to see, are how the environment's really doing, how our consumption is going. So really we're talking about a vast amount of data we need.
Yes.
That's, wow.
Yes, and nowadays a discussion that are really like in Brazil, they are really strong right now because they are putting this on politics and they are voting and everything. It's about monoculture, polyculture, or about organics, and we do have a lot of searches about these things, but they are usually talk about productivity. So of course that if you pick up a monoculture and you see how productive they are productive in one thing, but we are not talking about biodiversity. If you put another indicator that's biodiversity, so you are changing the whole discussion.
Yeah.
So this is the main point.
Yeah. Good job. We're doing really good.